The Soviet Union lost an $800 million submarine, and the U.S. found it. Billionaire aviator Howard Hughes was the distraction for the U.S.S.R. as the U.S. collected the remains of their missile vehicle in the ocean bed. But what did they discover in the K-129? This video will share the mysteries discovered from Project Azorian, U.S. C.I.A. mission to recover sunken Soviet submarine K-129 exposed. In 1972, Howard Hughes constructed a 618-foot-long ship called the Hughes Glomar Explorer. Hughes was a famed billionaire who created some excellent construction projects. The Billionaire aviator is known for the Spruce Goose, the world's largest wooden plane. The ship was constructed for research purposes in deep-sea mining. The project would take many years, but it was christened close to the seas near Hawaii. The ship had a massive claw, which opened into the sea at the bottom of its hull. These were scattered pieces of information because the reporters were not allowed at the launch or near the project. Los Angeles Times cleverly described it as a project shrouded in secrecy. However, Hughes was not a person to show off. He enjoyed his privacy, and that could explain the mystery.
I want my privacy.
This private man did have a mysterious duty that cost between $800 million in his life. He would give away the Soviet Union's top secrets while working undercover for the government. We will share exactly how his ship helps the CIA mission. In March 1968, a Soviet ballistic submarine went missing. The K-129 was on its third patrol on the Pacific Ocean when it stopped its regular reporting. The submarine was carrying 3 nuclear missiles that could be launched while submerged. It also had 98 members of the crew aboard. The U.S.S.R. abandoned the search for K-129 after 2 months. The government wrote the boat off as lost. Of course, the Soviets blamed the Americans for the missing ship, but the official report was due to a mechanical error within the engine. The U.S. did not have anything to do with the shipwreck, but they knew where the ship was. Their listening systems picked up the implosion on March 8, 1968, 1,500 miles northwest of Hawaii, but they kept it to themselves. The ship was lying roughly 16,500 feet in the ocean bed. It was not an easy place to retrieve something that heavy, not alone in private. The two scenarios have something in common. Hughes was not building a long ship. He was the cover-up story for the U.S. Central Intelligence Agency to steal the ship they had discovered in broad daylight. The U.S.S.R. suspicions made it impossible to float the ship and keep its content. The $800 million submarine heist was titled Project Azorian. This project would have all the intelligence information of the Soviets. If the project were successful, the secrets of the Soviet attack systems would be uncovered. This gem was too valuable to miss. The plan was to design a custom-built ship to pull out the K-129 submarine. The plan was assessed to have a 10% success. Moreover, suppose the Soviets found out about Project Azorian burial at sea and what the U.S. government was doing. They would retaliate unpleasantly.
What scandal?
The idea might have been successful or not. We might never know. However, we believe that Elon Musk knows the mysteries from Project Azorian, and if he does not, he is putting us in grave danger. We will share more on that shortly. The K-129 sub-recovery was finally slated for June 1974. 6 years after the U.S. government heard of the implosion, they were ready to fork out the 2 million-pound submarine. The Glomar Explorer was sailed out to where the K-129 was resting. However, the Soviet ships were monitoring the ship and keeping a close eye on the project. The story of the true nature of Glomar Explorer was hinted to the Soviets, who dismissed the theory but kept their ears to the ground. Nonetheless, the operations moved smoothly for several weeks. The only shared information from the ship wreckage is the 6 dead men the Americans found. The men were buried at sea due to fear of radioactive contamination. The memorial service conducted in their honor was recorded and shared with the families of the deceased.
And let's be honest, he had made several outrageous comments in the past, and he'd actually pulled a bunch of them off, so this might not have sounded quite as far-fetched as it seems, except in this case, it was just 100% fabricated. While Hughes agreed to lend his name to the project, he had absolutely no involvement.
This indicates that the CIA retrieved parts of the submarine from the ocean. According to the CIA, the mission was incomplete due to a broken claw. The claw sank deeper into the sea than they could retrieve. Imagine if you subscribe to this channel and the CIA opened up about their findings. Why don't we try it? In the Project Azorian documentary, the CIA confessed to not fully recovering the K-129. However, as an intelligence agency, we know this might be misinformation to keep their findings to their chest. Rumors persist about the project's success, including the findings from the submarine propelling the U.S. in the Cold War. Others insist that even the location declared by the CIA was untrue, as they are keeping it away from the crowds and still investigating its intricate details. As to what the mysteries of the K-129 were, we might never find out because the CIA does not even want to admit to discovering those mysteries. Whatever those mysteries are, we hope they come in handy when Moscow starts attacking the U.S. as payback for all the crazy talk Elon Musk has been doing on Twitter. That man has pissed off the Russian space captain and even Putin. He had better know how to flip the K-129 secrets to the world's advantage. The Cold War is a major theme for us this season as we explore some of the stories from then. In case you missed it, we talk about the fastest aircraft from that era. Check out the backstory of the insane engineering of Lockheed SR-71 Blackbird. Is it still the fastest aircraft 2022?